Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, giving you another Marvel Legends news update video. As most of you may have already seen, Hasbro Pulse just had a live stream announcing the latest HasLab for a brand new HasLab Giant Man, and we're going to get into the details of that very soon. But first, if you're trying to get your other Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So they had some teases over here, and we had no Dan Yoon in the live stream, but we had Jesse Falcon instead, the creator of Marvel Legends. He's been at this for quite some time. They talked about that, how they hadn't had a Giant Man in 16 years, way back in 2007 with the Walmart exclusive Giant Man. And that still is a fantastic figure, but I gotta say, I'm pretty thrilled about this one right over here. This is a 3D render, but they also had a painted prototype, and I gotta say, I am pretty stoked. It doesn't always happen, but I did call the height of this thing, and yeah, in that Raz video, which pissed off quite a few viewers, totally not sorry about that, by the way, because, I like to have fun with the channel and joke around a little bit, and sometimes, people are sensitive. People are just going to get upset over things. What can I do about it? Nothing! I'm just going to have fun talking about my toys, because I love action figures, especially fully articulated action figures, 91 points of articulation type of action figures. I don't know of any other figure that's ever had 91 points of articulation. They're talking about that in the stream. That's never been done before. And I was like, no, wait, what about the 18-inch Spider-Man 2 superposable Spider-Man? Nope, that one has, I think, 76 points of articulation. Or did I read that upside down? It was at 97. But this has 91 points of articulation, and I'm pretty stoked about it, man. The price point, I think, is actually quite fair at $200. Everybody's going to have their own opinion about what a $200 figure should be worth. And I mean, dude, look, man, you're going to have your opinion, and I know I'm going to get heat based off of anything I say, because that's the world we live in. If you have an opinion, you're going to get heat for it no matter what. And, compared to like some of the figures that are out there, I mean, you got Hot Toys out there, $300 to $400. You got Mezco figures out there that are so expensive. I mean, in my world, $200, especially compared to import figures and everything, like, it's not bad. I actually think this is a very good price point. And look at that hand articulation right there. They really went nuts with the articulation on this thing, which I think is really awesome. I absolutely love that. And there's some other new things that they've done here that has never really quite been done, at least with Marvel Legends anyway. All new sculpt and premium design over here. One thing that they talked about that I thought was really cool, and you can't really see it in this image right over here because it's the 3D render, but they talked about how they have a different way of painting the faces, or painting the eyes. They need 10,000 backers by October 23rd, and the first unlock is going to be the zombie Giant Man face, so I think that's pretty rad. Interchange, and then the second unlock will be at 14,000 backers for the Giant Man scroll interchangeable head, and that's it. Like that's all. They're not including any 6-inch figures. They said that they took note from what they had learned last time about putting 6-inch figures behind a HasLab, or including it in a HasLab, and I think that's a good idea, man. Make it all about the HasLab figure. Even though in the past, when they did include 6-inch figures, I thought it worked out okay. You know what I mean? I was happy to get those bonus 6-inch figures with my Sentinel and with my Galactus. So while it didn't really work out so well with the Robbie Reyes, I think that was only because people didn't want the Robbie Reyes, But like for this, I want this, and it would have been nice to get, I don't know, some other updated figures, like maybe like a 6-inch scale, or like a smaller 6-inch Hank Pym or something like that to go along with it. But this is what they have here. This is the offering. I gotta say, the texturing throughout on the figure is really awesome. And I want to talk about the taint on this figure too, which I thought was very funny because they talked about the taint of the figure without actually quite saying it. But those harness straps are not attached to the belt, which I think is awesome. What they explained in the video was, I'm sorry, it cracks me up a little bit, but the strap goes up. It goes all the way down through the taint and up the other side, which is good. I think that's a really smart move. But he's going to be, whenever you twist the waist, you're going to be wiping his butt and everything in between. And I think that's hella funny because those straps are going to be scrubbing up and down as you twist him side to side. And I think it's a smart move because it's going to be a lot more broken up if it twists with the belt, and we've seen that before, but I think this is a really good idea over here. I actually think it's a smart system to go with that, but at the same time, I can't help but find it hilarious. Yeah, the scale images, I think they look really good and everything. And then you get the alternate faces, so you just slip it underneath that front of the mask. You get smiley, angry, and then the regular face sculpt, which looks really good. At first, I thought the eyes looked a little too far apart, but I actually think it looks all right. I've seen them do that before sometimes, and I think this is good. I like what I'm seeing over here. So what they had talked about, and unfortunately, the cameraman did not get focused in on those red portions of the figure. You can't really see it too well, but that is all textured, and I love the paint applications on this prototype. It looks great. But yeah, they got the pinless joints, nice shadowing effect, and the leathery texturing on those, what they call them, scalloped boots and scalloped gloves. But the texturing on the red portions looks dope as well. So I really like that. We get the toe articulation, which I've been pushing for longer than Dan Yoon's been working for Hasbro. And I'm just saying facts over here. Facts are facts, right? And yeah, so not saying that the toe articulation is there because of me, but I have been the biggest advocate for toe articulation being included in Marvel Legends figures in Hasbro Marvel Legends history. Again, hate me for facts. I don't care. That's okay because I know they're facts, all right? The records are on YouTube. Do the research yourself. You can find it, all right? Now, moving on to this right here, I am a little worried about the feet not fully touching the ground all the way towards the front. I hate it when feet kind of flip up a little bit, and the toes are sticking up just slightly. Hopefully that doesn't ruin the ability for it to stand securely. I know naturally boots do that, but for an action figure, I prefer the feet to be perfectly flat on the floor, especially if it's a huge figure like that. So, and again, the texturing looks great, by the way. So, again, they need their 10,000 backers by October 3rd. And, yeah, so we showed off the scroll head over here. They'd brought in the zombie head. There it is. That looks fantastic. I love that the color matches the other zombie heads that we've seen from Hasbro. And then you can see in this diagram right here, the antennae are removable. So you can remove the antenna and you get this really cool shot right over here. Really nice photography, by the way. They did a really great job with this. And I guess Ryan is the one who really pushed for the articulated fingers on this guy. Oop, just dropped an action figure and something else. And I think that looks pretty good. I liked the point that Ryan made that, hey, you can have unnatural poses with those finger joints. That's cool. So I'm happy that they pushed for that. Thank you, Ryan. And the scroll head looks really dope. I love the paint applications that they have here on that scroll head. That looks really good. And then you can see how it's removable right there. So it just pops off. It looks like there's no neck hinge. You're not going to be able to get it to look up. Hey, I love the looking up motion on my figures. I prefer being able to look up, but with this particular character, due to the nature of him being a giant man, it's more important that he could look down really well. And it looks like he can look down really well. So that's cool with me. But yeah, I didn't mention that. I wanted to mention this earlier. They have this thing with the eyes where they said that they're painting the inside of the eye lenses. And I think that's a really, really cool feature. So I do like that a lot. And I think this is going to be a dope. Like, I think this is a great looking piece. You can see he kind of looks up a little bit, right? I don't know. He's not going to look up a lot, but you can get him holding figures, you know, splitting Ultron in half over here. So he can look up a little bit, but I think it's a great amount of articulation, even though it looks like the looking up motion is probably going to be the most hindered. And it looks dope with the Avengers. I don't know what I'm going to do with my Avengers display. We'll see. But, because it's not going to fit on the shelf that I have my current Toy Biz one on right now. So I don't know how I'm going to figure that out. But I already backed this thing. And they got more stuff coming for PulseCon 2023. So, yeah, they said stay tuned for that. And I was pretty thrilled about this. I was like, $200, man. I'm sold. I want this thing. I'm down for it. But they're saying, yeah, it's an L. Wow. Okay. There's a whole bunch of people that are just already talking shit and bashing this thing. And I'm like, are you actually Marvel Legends fans? Like, what part of this is not cool with you? Because let's say you are a Marvel Legends fan that wants to buy a Giant Man figure. So I'm not questioning your fandom over here, but your fandom for a Giant Man is what I'm questioning. Because if you were to go on eBay and look for a Toy Biz version, you're going to be paying about $200. I think I saw at least one listing for like 160, and I'm talking completed listings over here. So the market is dictating that the value for a Giant Man figure is about $200. I think the $200 price point is fine, but some people are still going to be upset over that. You know, if it was $50, I would definitely prefer that, but realistically, I just think that the $200 price point works. You know, they're still a business. They still have to do their thing. And if you think I'm shilling for Hasbro, well, you ain't seen nothing yet, because I'm going to be shilling even more hardcore for SP Figures LLC coming up soon. September 29th, Kickstarter starts for Street Humans. I'm very excited for that. So if you want to get some Street Humans for your Giant Man to step on, hey, that'll work out great, wouldn't it? So, go ahead and follow the Kickstarter preview page and the Instagram for Street Humans. Links are in the description below. I got a very fair price point over there, and I think you guys are going to be happy with what I'm offering for the price. And we got some really good quality stuff coming your way for that. So if you want to see a shill, I'll shill hardcore for my own product, man. But going back to Giant Man over here, I'm pretty excited for it. I would still like to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comments section below, and I'll have more coming to the channel very soon, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace! Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.